Okay, in this slide, solution architecture and deployments. So in this, we will discuss deployment of complex solution designs using network architecture, computer sources, storage, and SQL, NoSQL databases, and security services for secure environment. So in the following slides, I'll run through the architectures based on customer requirements, and students will be able to understand what kind of different AWS services that can be used to create a solution design out of it. So coming to first use case, in this we will discuss when a new customer onboards to AWS cloud, how a solution is created using different AWS services of network, compute, storage, and database. And all these are practically covered in hands-on labs as well during the course also. So this, I'll run you through the architecture, how it is created. A diagram is created in this use case. So coming to next slide, use case one, generic customer architecture. So network layer. In network layer, we will create VPC, virtual private cloud, and public subnet for network segregation, and public security group, which is called the virtual firewall to control the access, and public route table as well, that is routing towards internet gateway. This is the internet gateway that is attached to VPC, and then private subnet or application subnet, and then creating a security group for private subnet, and route table that is towards only local resources not having access to internet gateway, and then one more private subnet for database, and creating security group to control the access. So coming to compute layer, we will deploy instances in public subnet, and which is called web layer, and then deploying instances in private or application subnet called application layer, and then database layer, SQL and NoSQL databases. This is called database layer, and then we have network load balancer to balance the traffic, and Route 53 for DNS services. And then coming to storage layer, we are deploying storage services, and for long-term access, Glacier will be used, and then accessing S3 using Amazon CloudFront for static and dynamic contents. So Amazon CloudFront, I hope you remember, this is used for content delivery network. It caches the contents and makes available to users from the location where users are accessing, making it available at the edge location. So that's a generic diagram, and that will be created during labs also. Moving to next use case. So in this use case, we will cover use case related to network connectivity. So so these use cases comes into picture like when a customer onboards and wants to enable communication with other customer networks or his own networks in different parts of the world over the cloud infrastructure. Also, how to establish connectivity towards customer on-premise data center from the AWS cloud or other customer data center, enabling hybrid cloud model. So these are the different use cases that will be discussed, and how we are enabling connectivity using AWS services that we are going to discuss in this use case. So in this use case, first we are enabling secure internet access using AWS NAT gateway. Like in private network, the instances are not having direct access to internet gateway. So in this, we are using AWS NAT gateway to private instances so that they can have access to internet to download security patches and install them. So we are going to install NAT gateway with elastic IP address, and providing access to private subnet towards internet, and updating the route table using the NAT gateway. Now private subnet instances can access internet through NAT gateway for downloading patches and other essential items. So moving to next use case, that is establishing connectivity between different networks that we discussed on that slide. So establishing connectivity using AWS Transit Gateway or VPC peering between customer cloud networks in different regions, or customer want to establish connectivity to another customer in the cloud. So in this, we have different availability zone on AWS. and we have a VPC in, for example, in Mumbai, and we have another availability zone in a different part of the world called Ohio. We have VPC in Ohio, and we have public subnet and instances installed in Mumbai, and we have another instance in Ohio. So we have to establish this connectivity using a transit gateway or VPC peering. We can establish the connectivity so that instances from Mumbai can access to instances in Ohio. So that's installation of VPC peering. That's also AWS services, and using transit gateway and establishing communication between Mumbai and Ohio. So that's the establishment of transit gateway services. So this all architecture will be covered in during practical labs. And another use case is connecting cloud customer on-premise data center. So that's when a customer gets on board, he thinks about establishing connectivity towards on-premise network. So in this we have VPC on the AWS cloud infrastructure, and again we will use the transit gateway and transit gateways connecting towards direct connect or through VPN gateway. These are two different ways of connecting to customer network. Again, we will try to establish this transit gateway in practical labs, but this is not will be possible to establish on the direct connect. So moving forward, use case 3. In this use case, we will cover customer scenario where customer has the need to enable notifications, alerts, events for security and compliance requirements. Also want to monitor AWS services in the cloud infrastructure. So that's the requirement that customer comes up with. So we will create a design or use AWS services in this. So this is the basic infrastructure network that we created before. So in this, we have a Lambda function to run serverless applications for any event, and this service is fully AWS managed. And we will configure Amazon SNS for mobile email push notifications and subscriptions. And we have CloudTrail for logging, retain account activities related to actions performed by users on infrastructure. And we have CloudWatch for infrastructure and application monitoring like CPU, database monitoring in real time, and set alarms for CPU utilization. Also notify admin or take action based on scale and scale out policies. That's being done automatically. So this is cloud events and logging and monitoring use case. And this is Amazon API gateway. That's a REST API. So using this service, it's used for integration of third-party applications, writing code, and accessing AWS API services. So all this we will cover in labs during the course. So coming to next use case. So in this use case, we will cover customer scenario where customer want to create a secure AWS cloud infrastructure using AWS services for authentication, access control, and encryption. Also, customer want to establish secure applications over the internet, and also how he can improve existing security and meet certain international compliance standards, and how customer needs to secure cloud infrastructure against serious attacks like application attacks and DDoS attacks that can disrupt the business. So in this, we will see different AWS services that will be used. So this is the basic network architecture that we created. So this is identity and access management AWS services that are used for managing access, users, and resource access to each other sources, authentication, authorization to secure AWS services and accounts. And we have KMS service, AWS key management service for data encryption and key management, and encryption of web server data or application or encryption of databases. And we have ACM, that is Amazon Certificate Management Service. This will be used to secure communication for HTTPS and SSL, etc., and the service to manage the certificates. So certificates that will be deployed on DNS or on Elastic Load Balancer or on the web servers to encrypt the traffic. And next is AWS Inspector Service. This will be used for vulnerability management, that in case some compliance is required for PCI DSS machines that needs to be patched or free from vulnerabilities, and agent will be installed on the machines, and then scan will be uh, done through AWS Inspector service. And after that report is generated, that will show you the different vulnerabilities on the infrastructure. And we have AWS Shield service, that is fully managed service for DDoS protection against DDoS attacks. And we have web application firewall, that is also AWS management service, and it prevent attacks at application layer and attacks, and it also it's deployed on CloudFront or load balancer. So that's how we are using different AWS services to secure infrastructure on the cloud, and it's very important to secure the environment against attacks. So moving to next use case. So in this use case, where customer wants to leverage power of infrastructure as a code concept, and he can deploy cloud infrastructure within minutes and avoiding common mistakes which occur during our manual configurations. Also, if customer is looking for AWS DevOps services, so we are going to use these services during this use case. So that will be really useful for DevOps use cases. So here are different services that are being used, like for our infrastructure as a concept. We are going to use CloudFormation service, that is also AWS fully managed service. So using this CloudFormation service, customer can deploy whole infrastructure by writing a script, and a complex environment can be provisioned in minutes. And for DevOps, we have AWS services, code commit, code build, code deploy, code pipeline, and CodeStar for managing the DevOps. And we have CodeStar, that is project management, issue tracking, and continuous delivery. So these are all services that can be used for DevOps services. So this is last use case 6. In this, it showcase like deploying application using AWS services in different ways as per the customer requirement, or making application architectural changes. So these are the different ways how we can deploy application on AWS cloud, and we will try to cover all these different use cases practically implementing during the course. So first one is like using load balancer and balancing the traffic between different instances, and then instances are accessing the database. And this one is the using load balancer, and then we are using auto scaling group for scale in and scale out policies automatically. This will be done all automatic, and we are scaling horizontally in this. And next one is application deployment using API gateway and Lambda function. We can use this as well. And another is we can use S3 bucket to deploy static website and publishing over the internet using DNS service, and then directing the traffic on S3 bucket. And another way that of deploying application, and this is widely used in today's scenario, using AWS Elastic Container Service. So using load balancer, we can use containers and to deploy the application. So I hope that helps to understand you about different ways how we can deploy application on cloud infrastructure, and that helps to clear concepts of application deployment. So that was all using the different use cases, and we will try to cover these practically. I hope that that helps to understand different concepts of the cloud. So coming to end of this slide and course introduction. So here comes to end of the detailed introduction about the AWS Cloud course, showing what we will cover in the AWS Cloud concepts theoretically and practically, and also the use case that are covered in the course. So after completing the course, students will have a good AWS cloud knowledge and can create complex, scalable, secure, reliable solutions to meet customer demands. And also going through these use cases, students will be able to learn how to create a solution as per different customer requirements, and which AWS service will fit into the solution. So thanks for watching the video about AWS course that is being launched by Tech and Foray. So in case you have any doubts, questions, queries, please visit our website www.techandforay.com and contact us. Thank you very much.